Ryan here, coming at you with a first episode in a brand new series that I'm going to be talking about the films of the 70s. As most of you may know, the 70s is my favorite era in film for many different reasons. I believe it was revolutionary, it saved the film industry, and it just gave birth to a lot of amazing filmmakers because they went independent from the film studios. And in return, really inventing film studios that are really popular to this day. And they're very, intricate in regards to making sure that independent films were made. And these are big name directors like Martin Scorsese, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, William Friedkin, Peter Bogdanovich, countless people, Brian De Palma, just a bunch of people started out in the 70s, and they basically helped save cinema in America as we know it. The studios were in control of everything. They were making a whole bunch of box office flops, big budget films, and these directors came along with their personal projects and really gave us a point of view into the world and how people live their lives, and just a new form of entertainment that was real, that was gritty. On the other side, we have George Lucas, who came out on the more creative side with it, with Star Wars, and we have Steven Spielberg with Jaws and Sugarland Express and Duel, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and those are just countless films that were really, awesome in the 70s, that were a part of the whole getting film back to where it needed to be, and that is a form of entertainment and something that people could go to escape their lives, whether that was being in space or experiencing a depressing or dark side of life in regards to some of the other characters in the films. So the first episode, I'm going to be talking about the 1974 psychological thriller, The Conversation. Written, produced, and directed by Francis Ford Coppola. This came out in 1974 between The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2, so it's often overshadowed between those two films. It stars Gene Hackman, we have Frederick Forrest, Harrison Ford in an early role. I'm not going to give away spoilers, so there's another famous actor in this film in a surprise uncredited appearance, so I'm not going to mention that. And we have Cindy Williams, John Cazale, and Terry Garr, I think, is in this film as well. And basically it's about Harry Caul, played by Gene Hackman. He is a surveillance expert. He's all about surveillance. People hire him to, spy on people, and like if you think your wife's basically cheating on you, you hire this guy and he kind of does all the surveillance and stuff. People hire him to do a bunch of different things, surveillance-wise. He's kind of a socially awkward man, very quiet, and he just loves to play the saxophone. And like I said, he's really, really quiet, and he's kind of reserved, and so that's what makes him brilliant at listening to things. He's and John Cazale plays his partner. And basically the movie starts out with this amazing zoom, like long zoom, into this park. And you're listening to the audio of these people that he's listening to. And he starts to get kind of concerned because they're saying stuff, they're using the word death and kill. And it's a couple, played by Cindy Williams and Frederick Forrest. And he just doesn't know what to make of this. And so he gets all the audio, he does all that stuff, and he gives it to the person that hired him. And he really thinks that something bad's going to happen. And so it really is a mixture of a mystery, a drama, and a character study. Because you're trying to unravel the mystery, meanwhile you're watching this man and how he lives his life, and what he perceives his life to be, so on and so forth. So it is a very, very well done mystery, drama, and it also succeeds on the level of being a character study as well. And it's very quiet, very slow moving, and that is what makes this movie amazing. It is just an amazing film, and it's, it was nominated for a bunch of Oscars and stuff. In 1974, it lost, but it didn't really matter because Francis Ford Coppola, he lost to himself, because that was the year that The Godfather Part 2 won all the Oscars. And so, it's, I guess it was okay that this film lost, but it's often overlooked. It's considered a masterpiece, of the 70s. And you know, other than I just believe that Francis Ford Coppola was full of creative stuff, you know, in the 70s with Godfather, Godfather Part 2, which are two of my favorite films of all time. Apocalypse Now, The Conversation, and so he was full of epic ideas. His later career is not nearly as good, but most of the films he made in the 70s are masterpieces and highly regarded in cinema. And so, but in my opinion, this is Gene Hackman's best performance. And, you know, he is really this character. He plays a different character than what we usually see him as. You know, he's usually like the tough, outspoken type guy. But in this, he's very reserved. And he really, you know, he's really kind of a tragic character. And he's really complex. And so that's one of the reasons why this movie is such a fun watch. And it's cool seeing Harrison Ford in the film as well, as you know, the guy who one of the employees of the guy that hired Gene Hackman to do this surveillance stuff. So if you haven't seen this film, definitely check it out. I highly recommend it. It's easily one of my favorite, you know, films of the 70s. So I wanted to start out this series not with a bang per se, but with a quiet whisper. And that's why I picked this film, because I want to pick some films that are huge and then some films that I believe are overlooked or not looked at enough. So I wanted to start out with this one. If you want to see a good psychological character study thriller, definitely check this out. And it's one of the few films that John Cazale was in. As you know, he played Fredo in, you know, The Godfather, Godfather Part 2, this film, and The Conversation, The Dog Day Afternoon, and The Deer Hunter. And then he passed away, unfortunately. He was an amazing actor. So definitely check this film out, and you will be seeing more of these series coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot of these, so get ready. And I'm going to be probably wearing the same shirt in some of the videos because I'm pre-filming a lot of them. Because I'm going to schedule them ahead of time to where you guys will have content no matter what. And so definitely look forward to that. I'm also doing a Stanley Kubrick director series. The first season of my director series will be all the films of Stanley Kubrick. So get ready for that. I'll be pre-filming a lot of that stuff as well. So you're going to get, other than my live streams, you're going to get guaranteed videos from me every week, at least 3 videos a week. So get ready for that. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you for watching, and have an amazing day.